You're listening to the Nicole Banks Podcast, episode 104, Leftovers and Life Lessons, What to Do Now. Welcome to the Nicole Banks Podcast, where divorced women heal, grow, and find new love and dare to begin thriving. I'm Nicole, your divorce recovery coach and happy hour queen. If you're a Gen Xer ready to shake things up, level up, and have some fun, you're in the right place. Buckle up. We're getting into today's episode starting now. Hey, and hello. Welcome back to the Nicole Banks Podcast. If you have ever felt weighed down by stuff, whether it's the clutter in your home or the emotional baggage taking up space in your heart, then you're in for a treat today. But before we do that, let's check in. Of course, it was the Thanksgiving holiday. I hope you and your families had a beautiful and safe one. I went to my aunt's. If you've heard my podcast before, you know that I adore my aunt. She's an amazing chef, cook, AKA inspiration, right? The food was delicious. Everything was epic. It was great catching up with my cousins and their loved ones. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had one too. Yeah, of course, you can always reach out to me via email. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or share your story in regards to the show itself. That email is nicole@nicolebanks.com. In the subject line, Just Right Podcast, and I know you are listening. All right, let's get into today's episode, shall we? Okay. It's December, which means what? We're wrapping up one chapter and looking ahead to a fresh new year. Now, here's the real question. Have you ever gone into a new year already feeling light? Like you've purged the junk and made space for what's next? If not, let me tell you, it is a game changer. Normally, what we do is we wait until January 1st, which means fresh starts, new beginnings, super excited, da-da-da-da. But what happens if we already go into the year feeling light? I love this. Today, we're talking about letting go of what no longer serves you, material things, emotional baggage, outdated beliefs, because life isn't about holding on to what you've outgrown. It's about clearing space for what's coming. So grab a cup of something warm. Letting go of things no longer serving you is like clearing out your emotional junk drawer. You know, the one where you keep old receipts, a crinkled recipe, dried up pens, dead batteries, extra keys, maybe a random sock. Okay, maybe that's my junk drawer, but hanging on to those things take up space. Space you could use for new, shiny opportunities and even just peace of mind. I love and a huge advocate for the peace of mind. When you release what's weighing you down, whether it's toxic relationships, outdated beliefs, or that sweater you've been saying just in case, you free yourself to grow. It's about making room for what aligns with who you are now, who you are today, not who you were when you picked up those habits, people, or things. I want you to think of it like a garden. If you don't pull the weeds, they choke out the flowers you've been trying to grow. By letting go, you give yourself the chance to thrive, be lighter, and focus your energy on what truly matters. It's not just a glow up for your closet or your calendar. It's a glow up for yourself, for your soul. So how do we start this process? Let's break it down, okay? The first step is, of course, take inventory. Whether it's in your closet or your schedule or your mind, the first step is taking a good, honest look. What's been sitting there collecting dust? Is it that dress you haven't worn in 5 years or the belief that you'll never find love again? Both are taking up valuable space. Step 2 is ask the big questions. For each item, habit, or thought, ask yourself, does this serve me? Does it bring me joy or peace? And would I choose it again? That is a great question. Only you know the answers to, right? If the answer is no, it is time to let go. Step 3 is make a plan and follow through. This isn't about just talking. It's about action steps. And this part is really, really crucial. Don't just think about it. Take the action. For physical items, donate, recycle, or toss. For emotional baggage, write it down and either burn the list safely, of course, or shred it. Release the energy and let it go. So here are a couple of things. First and foremost, number 1, I'll put the link in the show notes. You can also find it on my website, NicoleBanks.com. Go to the podcast page, okay? I think it's NicoleBanks.com/podcast. Scroll down to the middle. This is a 3-week decluttering list challenge. If you have not taken this challenge, I highly recommend you do. Typically, I do it in January, February, or March, right? However, I feel like I'm doing it in December because I want to go into 2025 lighter, and I am beyond excited and thrilled to do so. You can take the challenge right along with me. You can hashtag me on social media, hashtag 3-week challenge, right? Or hashtag Nicole Banks, whatever it is that you want to use. But the reality is, in the next 3 weeks, it'll take you down and break you down on the things that you need to declutter. Your space is your space. And if you're feeling claustrophobic or overwhelmed, if you look in the corners and there's piles and that treadmill is now a coat rack, we've all been there. Come on. There's no judging here. If you open up your car door and nothing falls out but Taco Bell wrappers and hot sauce, we've got issues. Because again, it represents your mind and your heart. You literally cannot free yourself of these things. So step 3, let me repeat. Step 3 is to make a plan and follow through. If you need assistance with that, go ahead and download the 3-week challenge. It'll come with a checklist and the plan to take action. Check it out. Step 4 is to embrace the space. So once you've let go, take a moment to appreciate the space you created, whether it's an empty corner of your closet or a lighter heart. That space is your invitation for something new to arrive. Maybe it's love. Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's just the calm you've been craving. I just want to take a moment for the calm. And the reason I say that is because in December, it is like a freaking madhouse. You're stressed over the money for the holiday gifts. You're stressed over money for just putting groceries on your table. You're stressed about having to see the exes and exchanging kids and gifts and in-laws. Think of all the things that come with December. So when I say maybe it's just the calm you've been craving, see, everybody thinks that happens in January, but the reality, it will continue to carry over day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, if you don't let it go. Whatever it is, you've made room for it. By releasing and letting go and decluttering the material things and your emotional status with your heart, it'll make room for other things. And you've heard me say this analogy before. I always go to the Rolodex because I can visually see an overstuffed Rolodex on someone's desk. Back in the day, right? If you are younger than Rolodex era, Google it. You will see what I'm talking about. But for those of us that know what a Rolodex is, these are your emotions. These are your thoughts, your negative thoughts, your positive thoughts, your limiting beliefs, right? All of that stuff is stuffed into that Rolodex. And the minute you start decluttering it, like, don't need fear anymore, I'm feeling good. Don't need heartache anymore, I'm healing. I don't need, to continue to attach to these things that are no longer serving me. That was me back then. This is me today. And then all of a sudden, you have room in that Rolodex for new cool things, new cool people, new cool emotions and feeling and peace and calm, which I love. And I hope you do too. Listen, here's the thing. Life is too short to be weighed down by leftovers. Whether they're in your fridge, your closet, or your mind, clearing out what no longer serves you isn't just about tidying up. It's about making space for growth, for joy, for adventure, for the life you're creating. So what's in your emotional junk drawer? What's been taking space up in your life that you're ready to release? Share your story with me. I'd love to hear what you're letting go of before the new year. Of course, episode 105 is going to be Holiday Prep Without the Stress, your guide to making December actually fun. Stay tuned. Don't forget, if this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend. leave a review, or check out the Dare to Begin membership. Together, we're stepping into 2025 with clarity, confidence, and a whole lot less clutter. Until next time, remember, you're not just letting go, you're leveling up. Dare to Begin, and I'll see you in the next chapter. That's a wrap for today's episode. I hope you're feeling as refreshed as a spiked lemonade on a hot day. If you love what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and spread the love. Want to go deeper? Check out my courses, women's retreats, and the Dare to Begin membership, where we put everything we've learned into action. NicoleBanks.com. Don't forget, I spell my name with an H. NicoleBanks.com. Until next time, keep leveling up and dare to begin.